Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rundown. I will be your host today, Craig DeLuz, coming at you from the West Coast, the left coast, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sierras. But as we all know, I do not do this program by myself.
That's right. My name is Mike Pierworski, coming to you live from the East Coast. That's the coast with the most, from the co-host with the most here on the Rundown. 2A Views, Conservative News, and Craig, guess what day it is?
Uh-oh. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's hump day.
Hump day!
It's hump day.
Hump day!
That's right, folks. Today is hump day. This is the day in which we attempt to begin the weekend, sometimes with success, sometimes not. But the fun, let's just say it's all in the trying.
Raise it up. There we go.
There we go. Bourbon and cigars.
It's almost like Vegas.
Almost like Vegas. Yeah, except in Vegas, I'd be able to have them both in both. I'd have one in each hand. Here, well, being as my studio is in my home, and I wish to survive my wife, no cigars in the house.
Yeah, you tried that once. That didn't work out so well for you.
It did not, man. I had it all ready to go. I had the Heffa filter. I had other, nah.
I just sent you a picture of, my favorite picture of bourbon and cigars. So if you want to use that, you can.
Your favorite picture of bourbon and cigars?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want a picture of it. I want bourbon and cigars.
Oh, well, okay. You don't have to. It's all right.
Appreciate that, though.
Yep. It's a little bourbon cigar Vegas action photo. We'll call it that. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. That'll be cool. That'll be quite excellent. In fact, speaking of Vegas, for those of you who are going to be in Las Vegas, January 19th through, I believe, the 23rd is the last day of SHOT Show. Well, we're going to be there. We're going to be having a good old time, and particularly on Monday, right? So SHOT starts on Tuesday the 20th. We will be there on Monday, and we will be hosting a pre-SHOT Show party. Welcome to SHOT Show Party. It will be taking place at the Hofbrau House on Monday, January 19th at 7 to 10 p.m. There will be beer. There will be hors d'oeuvres. There will be a good time. There will be tons of swag there, too. Mike and I were just talking about patches and stickers and tons of stuff, because I'm sure that, as you see, we have a bunch of sponsors on here: Next Level Training, Arms Room Radio, Imperium Strategic Group, Hog Holsters, Gun Tech USA, Riding Shotgun with Charlie, and no, they're not giving away shotguns. Hitman Industries. Anyway, fun stuff will be had. So we hope that y'all can make it and visit with us.
Yeah, so like Next Level Training's bringing, I can't ruin it. They got a new product they're releasing, and they're bringing a lot of them to give away.
Really?
And then again, Hog Holsters always got swag, Gun Tech as well. Imperium Strategic Group, I think they're giving away a prize. If you win, they'll make you like a senator.
They will make you a senator. I need to win that one.
Yeah.
Special senator from California. Is that included, or is that an extra price?
Well, I mean, if you want to be a Republican from senator from California, I don't know if they can do miracles. I mean,
I don't know if they can do miracles.
They can build that.
Miracles happen.
Yeah.
Now, Mike was just showing me the banner that they're having created here. That's going to be behind them at SHOT Show. That's part of the banner. The whole thing's not on there. But at first I was like, well, isn't that going to be confusing? Because people are going to see you and then see you sitting there. It's like, it's going to mess up the camera. And then I realized, oh yeah, they're a radio show.
Yeah. See the part where it says radio, Craig?
I know. It should have just caught on when I remembered that you had a face for radio.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what the bourbon does to you, just so you're clear.
Just in case you're wondering what the bourbon does.
Yep.
Well, I guess it depends on what stage you are in the consumption of the bourbon.
I like to be in the final stages.
The final stages.
The returning the bourbon stages.
Returning the bourbon stages. American Crossfire is chiming in. By the way, American Crossfire, are you going to be at SHOT Show this year? Would love to have you come by, come hang out. Even if you're not going to the show itself, you can definitely come hang out with us at the Hofbrau House on Monday night. And by the way,
Yeah,
that goes
buddy.
for any of you out there who are listening.
That's right. That's right.
Do us a favor, though. Would love for you to give us a shout out. Like, comment on our posts, comment on our videos. Just let us know, hey, plan on being there. Would love to hear from you. Would love to see you out there. All right, interesting stuff going on in the news today. We're going to go ahead and get started in just a second, but we're going to start off doing what we usually do, and that is, starting off with a quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, Hitman Industries, hitmanindustries.net. Now you can get yourself some AR barrels, rifle caliber, pistol caliber, any like you desire, rifle length, so you don't have to do a tax stamp. Pistol length, now you can do your free short barrel rifle tax stamp. They've got all the barrels you need. That's hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly, fighting a good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can take part in California's future today. If you want the best in tactical concealed holsters on the market, get on over to hogholsters.com. That's HAWG holsters.com. Hogholsters.com. Use the discount code The Rundown. That's all one word, no spaces, all caps. Get yourself a nice little discount. And if you want the best in field gear, tactical gear, web gear, law enforcement, fire, security, EMS, whatever it may be, get your group together, get your agency together. Place an order at uscombatgear.com where you can get everything except the gun.
That's right, folks. These are our sponsors. They bring us to you so that we can bring you to them. Do us a favor. Do them a favor. Do yourselves a favor. Visit their websites. All you have to do is follow the links in the description of this program. Go there, check them out, spend some money with them, and let them know that the guys over at The Rundown sent you. Also want to remind you, if you're watching this program, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, or, whatever the time zones are in the middle, well, guess what? You're watching us live, and we're following your comments. And if you got something cool to say, we're going to go ahead and share it. In fact, it doesn't even have to be cool. It only has to be interesting, because as long as it's interesting, even if you disagree with us, well, then that gives us the opportunity to mock you.
Oh, wow, is that a mockingbird?
Man, is that a mockingbird? Is that a mockingbird?
State bird of Florida. Mockingbird.
State bird of Florida. That's why the state song of Florida is "We Will Mock You."
Exactly right. Yep. Or way down upon the Swanee River. One or the other.
Way down. Oh my God. Okay, I think we're dating ourselves right now, man.
Somebody has to.
Well, I guess is knowing that dating yourself, or is knowing the words to it dating yourself?
How about playing it on the piano? What if I could play it on the piano?
No, that's no. If you can, maybe, but knowing the words, I don't know. All I know, the only words I know are "way down upon the Swami River."
It's 4 chords that just repeat themselves over and over.
Anyway, fun stuff, folks. Fun stuff. We're going to have a good old time on the news today. Unfortunately, American Crossfire will not be at SHOT Show. Well, see, now I get it, man. Look, so here's the thing, man. I get it. Going to SHOT Show is a lot of money, right? It can be. But the great thing about Vegas is that there's expensive Vegas and there's inexpensive Vegas. It's generally it's not expensive to fly into Vegas from almost anywhere. And there's also tons of places to stay that are quite affordable. The key is you got to know how to do Vegas on a budget.
Yes, that's key, especially when it's, while we're there, it's $30 drink night every night. So,
Night. Yeah, we find ways around the $30 drink a night.
That's it. Lots of body flasks. Let's just say that.
Lots of body flasks.
Yep.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
That's it.
But anyway, good time is had by all. If you get a chance, if anyone gets a chance to make it out there, if you're listening and you're already in Vegas, or if you're planning on being there, please do us a favor. Let us know you're coming by. We would love to hang out with you.
For sure.
For show. All right. That now brings us to our first story. And this has to do with, it is amazing how the left, the American left, the perspective they have of everything that Donald Trump does, and then how the rest of the world and most of the American people see what Donald Trump does. Right now, you may not know this because the mainstream media is not talking a whole lot about it. Right now, there is a major uprising taking place in Iran. In Iran, they are their currency is gone to pot. Their economy is collapsing. The Ayatollahs are about to rock and roll, and they're really working to try and get out of there. And as a result of that, well, first of all, let me. This is an interview that was done by Sean Hannity, and you're gonna hear a little bit about what some of the stuff that's going on over there in Iran.
On tonight, we're getting multiple reports. The radical government there is now potentially on the verge of collapse. Here with reaction, the leader of the Iranian opposition, Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, is with us. Reza, good to talk to you again. Welcome back. Thank you for being with us. Okay, for those that don't know, you were born in Iran. The Shah of Iran, deposed by the Ayatollah Khomeini in that revolution, what was it, 1976 or 7? And Iran has been a brutal, murdering theocracy ever since. What are your sources telling you within Iran is going on there?
Well, Sean, first of all, thank you for having me on your program. It's been too long since we last spoke. Look, in all these years, I've never seen an opportunity as we see today in Iran. The Iranian people are more than ever committed to bring an end to this regime, as the world has witnessed in the last few days. The level of demonstrations unprecedented in Iran, over 100 cities and millions of people on the street chanting death to the dictator, an end to this regime. And by God, it is about time that Iran gets its opportunity to free itself from a tyrannical regime.
I saw reports on social media and video on social media. You can't confirm it, but it looked pretty real to me. Maybe you can confirm it for me, of police on the roof of police stations laying down their arms, showing solidarity with the protesters. Are you getting reports? Is that accurate? And do you have any intelligence that that Ali Khamenei is, in fact, does he have a plan B to go to Russia?
Sean, one thing that is significant, and I would like to draw the attention of those who have followed what happened in Iran nearly half a century ago, the role that the bazaar, which is the traditional bourgeoisie, plays in Iranian politics. And today we've seen unprecedented scenes in the Iranian bazaar of merchants and joining with the protesters. And it has been my strategy to call upon the military personnel and people, the armed forces, to lay down their arms and join with the people, to be part of the solution, to be able to have an exit strategy we offer them as a national reconciliation. We see that quite evident. And this is very important.
So basically, as you can see, it's going down over there in Iran, and you even have Iranian protesters have renamed Tehran Street after Donald Trump, and they're pleading, "Don't let them kill us," amid the crackdown. Now, this is following a statement that President Trump made, where he was talking about possibly having to go into Iran because he told them, "Don't you kill those protesters like you normally do." Let me read a little bit from the piece here at Fox News. It says Iranian protesters intensified nationwide demonstrations over the past 24 hours, directly appealing to President Donald Trump while chanting anti-regime slogans. Footage published Wednesday showed a protester in Tehran symbolically renaming a street after Trump, while other videos captured handwritten appeals reading, "Don't let them kill us," Iran International reported. Now, Mike, first of all, this is a big deal because of what is going on there in Iran and the fact that they are coming against a religious dictatorship, theocracy, for lack of a better, well, is the appropriate term of it. But the fact that they recognize Donald Trump as a potential, as someone who can help them, who can save their lives, one has to raise the question: what is it that American Democrats, that Americans on the left, why do they hate a man who the rest of the world, or a lot of the world, I won't say the rest, but a lot of the world sees as someone who's willing to stand up and stand up for the little guy?
Because he's about to expose them and put a lot of them in jail. Look what's going on in Minnesota. We see all these indictments coming down from the DOJ for all sorts of former members of the Biden administration and the Obama administration. They're not going to support him at all, Craig. No matter, they could stand in the street and say, "Come on, follow me, let's go to Iran," and they're going to jail. So they've got no chance at all. Although this is great to see on the world stage, Craig. You and I are old enough to remember back late 80s, early 90s when this happened at the end of Ronald Reagan's term, where he set the world up for peace, and George W. Bush took it over from there. Remember we had Berlin Wall, we had the Eastern Bloc coming down, we had Tiananmen Square. This is what's going on right now. The world sees a strong, powerful man who's fighting for freedom and fighting for individual rights, even if they're your own. Because let's be clear, he's America first. But if you want to topple your government in Iran, you send you a couple tomahawks.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing about I think both Donald Trump and Ronald Reagan is, and I think this is one of the things, is that the left assumes that because they are plain spoken, they assume that they are not intelligent and that they are not thoughtful, right? They don't understand that their plain spokenness is a way in which they are able to communicate to people. Now, I think Donald Trump adds hyperbole to that.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they are very thoughtful people. And here's the thing. As much as people, Donald Trump inherited his fortune. Look, Donald Trump did not inherit billions of dollars. Donald Trump got, I believe, tens of millions from his dad and turned it into billions. Now, does that mean that he be like, he went bankrupt? No. Businesses go bankrupt. And in business bankruptcy, for those of you who do not know, it does not mean that the money, that what you owe just disappears. It means you reorganize your debt and then you go forward.
Yeah. You're not making money anymore. So it's time to stop throwing bad money after good,
Well, exactly. I'm just like, once again, I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that Donald Trump is the next coming or that he's a perfect individual, but how about y'all give him some credit for recognizing some basic truths, seeing past the BS of the left, and taking action in the way in which he can.
They can't. They know they're going to jail. That's really what I think it comes down to, Craig. They know at some point that their name's coming up on a list. That their name is going to be one of the ones on the next indictment. They can't.
Well, and I'll say this, because I know a lot of people who serve in legislatures and in Congress, and a lot of them are wrong on a lot of issues, but they are well-meaning and they are not thieves. They're not thieving people. They are what Marx would call useful idiots.
Right.
And sadly, but now the people that are in leadership, they know better.
Right.
And,
well, you see what's going on right now. You got Tim Walz doing I didn't know. And they just announced, what was it, yesterday? Investigations now begun over the LA Fire Relief Fund with Newsom, and he's going to do the same thing. I didn't know. Yeah. Well, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
You did hear that there is a tape out there, and the only reason we're not talking about it, there's an audio recording out there. The only reason we're not talking about it today is because I couldn't find it to play it, where the attorney general there in Minnesota was basically saying, yeah, don't worry, we will obfuscate this. We will make sure that you're not investigated. We'll work to try and cover up the investigation. Right. That's what's being reported. I didn't want to talk about it, or I didn't want to put it out there until I had the actual recording.
Good call.
No, a lot of them are in on it. They're in on it. I mean, how do you have members of Congress go into Congress with your net worth is like $20,000 and now you're worth $30 million.
Geez, that's weird how that happens, right?
I know. By the way, just so y'all know, when Craig DeLuz runs for Congress, that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, I've been at the table when it's time to pick up the check. That's definitely not Craig.
No, I may be worth $30 million. It doesn't mean I'm picking up the check.
That's how you make $30 million. You let other people pick up the checks.
Look, it ain't about making 30 million. It's about keeping 30 million.
Yep, exactly right.
But yeah, folks, it's just this is anyway. I'm glad to see what's going on there, but what I do once again, what I don't want to see happen. I don't care if we're talking. I don't care if we're talking Iran. I don't care if we're talking Cuba. I don't care if we're talking Venezuela. No more nation building. No more nation
No, no,
building.
no.
We're done with that. You know what? If you start to develop and you want to start to develop a free market economy and you want to see some investment in that free market economy, I think the US is down. Just ask Argentina. That's exactly what we did. We invested in the Argentinian economy, we helped it from crashing and made money in the process.
That's right.
Right now, what's going on in Venezuela, as you can see, as we will be talking about later during parting shots, there's a reason why the oil matters. And for people who are like, well, it's all about the oil. No, it's not all about the oil. They're bringing this dude is partnering with all of our enemies. He's providing oil to and resources to all of our enemies. He's basically shipping drugs into the United States because he's only a 2.5 hour flight away. No, there were a lot of reasons to go in, and while we're there, we're gonna seize the oil because dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah, and listen, it's not U.S. is not taking control over their oil.
Right.
Let's be clear on that. What they're going to do is bring regulations and international controls to the oil, so the oil can't be used as a funding source for terrorism and narcotics.
But here's the thing they're also going to do. They're going to open up the spigot. They're going to have the oil come out. And guess who's going to benefit from that oil? The
Our
Venezuelan
hemisphere.
people.
Yeah,
Right.
and our
Well,
hemisphere.
our hemisphere is going to benefit because of the increased supply. Prices are going to come down. It's going to improve economies all throughout the hemisphere. But also, the people who are going to benefit the most are going to be the Venezuelan people.
Yeah, they can start
Because
living
that
like,
oil, that money is going to flow right back into them and right back into their economy. So, they won't have to eat their pets.
they're going to start living like they're in Abu Dhabi.
I don't know about Abu Dhabi, but they're definitely not going to be acting like they're or living like they're living in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving right along. Here's another area of realism, and this is just, and once again, we're talking about basic truths and delivering basic truths. Well, the Trump administration is basically doing a reset when it comes to nutrition and nutrition policy. And this is important. I'm into nutrition. I realize I talk about eating food and eating stuff, and I enjoy my drinking, but I do that. That is the exception rather than the rule. I generally try to eat healthy. I try to know and understand nutrition and what I'm putting into my body. And oftentimes, what I find is the government is way behind or doesn't even really know what they're talking about when it comes to nutrition. Well, right now, the Trump administration is resetting nutrition. U.S. nutrition policy, and it's putting real food back at the center of health, not fake food, real food. It says here every American deserves to be healthy, but too many Americans are sick and don't know why. That's because their government has been unwilling to tell them the truth. For decades, the U.S. government has recommended and incentivized low-quality, high-processed foods and drug interventions instead of prevention. Under the leadership of President Trump, the government is now going to tell Americans the truth. Today, the White House released the Dietary Guidelines for Americans 2025 through 2030, the most significant reset of federal nutrition policy in decades. Under President Trump's leadership, common sense, scientific technology, and accountability have been restored to federal food and health policy. For decades, the dietary guidelines favored corporate interests over common sense, science-driven advice to improve the health of Americans. Let's see here. That ends today. The new dietary guidelines calls for prioritizing high-quality protein, healthy fats, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and avoiding highly processed foods and refined carbohydrates. Now, Mike, this is really important because there are a lot of people out there, and to keep in mind, a lot of these guidelines, like the stuff that winds up in our kids' schools, is based on these guidelines. right? People need to know and understand. Now, here's the thing: people are still going to choose to eat what they want to eat. They're going to choose what's convenient, and they're going to choose what is cheap. Uh, but knowing the impact that it's going to have on their health is important, because I'm like this: whatever decision you make, it should be an informed one. And the one group that should not be misinforming us is our government.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's been horrible. They've been lying to us for years. It's all about being in the pockets of the big corporations. That's what it's been. That's all it's been. And now you got a guy in there with RFK, and who's decided with President Trump's full support that we're changing that.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I will be the first to say that RFK can have some out there positions, but when it comes to like prevention versus dealing with prevention versus focusing on medication and pharmaceuticals, I think that's important. I think encouraging, for example, insurance companies. I don't know why Kaiser Permanente is a big insurance company here on the West Coast. I don't know if they're there on the East Coast, but they have tons of they have these big hospital facilities, and I keep asking myself, why don't they have a gym at every single one of their facilities? Right?
What?
Have a gym there. Have a gym. You get a membership, comes with your insurance premium, and then if you come an average of 3 times a week or 2 times a week, you get X discount on your insurance, because guess what? You're exercising. Right? I don't understand why they don't allow them in places like California to do that.
Man,
But prevention, right? The number one comorbidity when it came to COVID was what? Obesity.
I'd love to have a gym at mine with maybe with some happy hour specials and some big screen TVs, watch the games. Oh, that'd be awesome. Wait, did you say gym or bar?
I said gym.
Oh, never mind.
Which is okay if your bar is named Jim.
There you go. Yeah. Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation.
There you go. All things in moderation. But yeah, anyway, I think this is a phenomenal move by the president. The challenge is going to be, will the next president keep it up? I think if it turns out to be something that's popular, I believe that they will. Because you know what? What's funny is there are a number of things that Donald Trump did that Biden kept doing because it was working. And if you notice, the things that Joe Biden undid are the things that undid Joe Biden.
Yeah, like Joe Biden raised the bounty on Maduro from $10 million to $25 million. Oh, did we say that? Did we forget that?
Oh, did Trump raise it to 50?
No, Biden did right before he left office.
Oh. Well, there you go. There you go. I wonder who gets that.
Biden. Well, Hunter gets a taste though.
Hunter gets a taste.
10% goes to the big guy.
The little guy gets a taste.
Yeah, it's a